Hi Libra, welcome to your new moon in Sagittarius reading for December 12th, 2023. New moons bring in new cycles. I am obviously not in the same place that I normally am. I don't have all my decks, but I brought a few, so we're going to use what I have with me, and I'm sure it'll work out fine. So the direction the reading is going in is discovery. Nice. Okay, so discovery is just that. It's number 8 and it's your intention, so you may be seeking something out or it can just be coming to you, but intention usually means that you're searching yourself out for something in particular that you need to find answers to. You're probably going to put a lot of energy behind it with that number 8, or whatever you discover might change your intentions. It might spur you on to doing something else, or making another move, or inspiring you in another direction, or within the same direction but with new information. But it's a lot of energy with that number 8. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to lay out all the cards first, and the first column is where you find yourself at the new moon, or what it is that you're starting around the time of the new moon. With that, you have the 6 of Swords, some air, so we're probably going to find ourselves deep in thought with that 6 of Swords. Oh, 2 sixes, nice. And the 6 of Cups. 6 is always about balance and beauty. The second column is you and how you're dealing with the whole situation, how you're behaving, what steps what you're contributing, what steps you're going to be taking. Move this down. And the last column is probable outcome. And I say probable because sometimes we can change something and sometimes we can't. Depends on what it is that you are supposed to be learning or experiencing here on the planet. Okay, so let's get started here. Let's see. This first column, we have again 2 sixes, some air and some water. So emotions and thought and action. Let's see. 6 of Swords is about moving on. We're coming from the 5 of Swords with this, so there could have been a sort of a drama that's being played, or that had been played out, or something that was a little bit rough with that 5, right? Something unstable. But the 6 of Swords has this kind of moving in a new direction, moving towards peace of mind, at least emotional and mental calmness, looking for a place to find some calmness, to kind of rethink or understand what just happened, what just took place, taking stock, and understanding our own responsibility in what happened in a situation. Now, this can be something from the past, people from the past that come back, memories, places, situations, and I do believe we are moving into retrograde, so Mercury in retrograde this December, so this makes perfect sense with the 6 of Cups there. It's a very kind card. It's sharing is caring, but it's also, and especially in light of this card, it's also a card of not wanting to make the same mistakes that we've made in the past. And so if someone or something or another situation comes around that was from the past and it kind of pops up again or crops up again, this is definitely the card of kind of moving away from situations that maybe we were hurt from in the past, or we just don't want to make those same mistakes again. Like I said, it's sort of like maintaining balance mentally and emotionally. I'm also getting a feeling for somebody that you may be going to another place or going to visit somebody, maybe to convalesce, but also just to get some rest. And there's going to be some very kind people and nurturing and sharing going on wherever it is that you're deciding to go. Obviously, we're moving in towards the holiday season, and so we may be visiting people or getting invitations to visit people. And if you do go, you could really find that you have some mental rest. Although you can be rehashing a lot of old memories, possibly. With the Ace of Wands, that's a really nice card here. There is a new beginning, and that's nice after this situation. As you can see, the water in the front, in the front of the boat or on the side of the boat is pretty rocky, and we're moving towards that calm, quiet waters. And with the Ace of Wands here, there is a possible new passionate beginning. And for me, this is very much a platonic relationship. It doesn't, a lot of people will say soulmates or that sort of thing. And, a soulmate can be platonic, but it's not, for me, usually very romantic. However, there can be passions that are shared, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It just can be something that you're both passionate about, like sailing, right, or canoeing or whatever. It can just be somebody from the past that maybe you had a passionate affair with or romance with. But there is some sort of new beginning, and it can be in a new place that you're moving towards, or a new company, new business, that sort of thing. Because the Ace of Wands is really that if you accept this new beginning, it can be quite passion-filled. It can be things, it can be the stuff that dreams are made of. It's a nice card. It's fiery, it's passionate, it's creative. This can even be a little bit of a phallic symbol, so it can be sexy even. So, but there's a lot of passion behind. My feeling is this relationship here, whatever it is, friendship, whatever, there's a good passion behind it. It's kind. Okay, and again, another thing that I'm seeing here is possible travel with the World card. Now, the World card is how you're behaving or what you're doing, and this can be that we're clearing up, we're wrapping up a big major cycle, and the World card is like a level up card. It's graduation, it's level up. There you can be moving on to new, larger cycle, which is obvious with the end of the year. However, for me, the new year really begins in the springtime. But you're in sort of a protective spiritual box while you clear up these little, small, minor details before you move on to this big new cycle coming around for you. Now, the Seven of Cups is like the 7 planets that have something to offer you, but you can only choose one. And so there could be confusion and choices that need to be made in regards to this, either this new beginning or clearing up this old cycle. And confusion with that. Maybe there's something that that needs to be decided upon. And it seems to me like there's a few things, especially if you're moving away, right? We have a lot of, what box did I put that thing in? It's kind of that energy for me. Yeah, there's a lot of responsibility and a slow, steady progress where this is concerned. This can often mean that Seven of Cups can also mean that we need to ground some of those grand ideas that we have, right? Instead of keeping them in the sky or, right, just in our thoughts, in our lofty thoughts. You may want to ground that. And that takes a lot of responsibility. And it can feel a little bit heavy with that 10 of Wands. But again, you have the 10. So a 10 is the end of one situation, the beginning of something new simultaneously. And that's what you have again with that Ace of Wands. And maybe like doing something within a partnership, possibly, or with friends or family, people that you feel close to. But it seems to me like you're taking on quite a bit of responsibility, and things may feel a little bit plodding and slow. Or you can be working a little bit slower, a little bit less enthusiastic. And that often happens when we're at the end of a situation or a project or something. You can see the end in sight, and it just feels like it's taking forever because, we want to be finished with it already, but we're not. It's those little minor detail stuff that kind of gets annoying. The Four of Pentacles, the Emperor card, these are the probable outcome, 2 fours. So that's a lot of stability. We want to create good, strong foundations here. If you are dealing with a father figure, or perhaps you are an authority figure or dealing with authority figures, there's this feeling of empowerment with that Four of Pentacles. That's the Sun in Capricorn. And Capricorn is all about self-empowerment and empowering other people. So there's just that feeling with the authority card. So the Emperor card is somebody who can, someone in an authoritative situation who can rule with an iron fist, or they can make rules and regulations for the good of the people. So hopefully you're dealing with, or you are being, and I would say you're probably dealing with somebody because otherwise the Emperor would be here. However, that's the probable future, so it can be that you're very much working hard for your own sake, for your own strong foundations here. But then you have the Hierophant card. So yeah, it could be somebody in an large organization. Sometimes the Hierophant card is marriage, so it could be a husband or father figure. But the new discovery, remember, there's a new discovery here. And that is something that I see very possibly here with this Seven of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Both of those, probably more so the Ace of Wands, that really starts you on something new, some new passionate beginning. And you may have to ask permissions with the Hierophant, you may have to fill out forms, you may have to do the paperwork. For me, the Hierophant is very Kafka, but that's not for everybody, because it can also be tradition, right, and marriage. It can be religion, it can be hospitals, it can be the DMV. It's just large organizations, that sort of thing. Your focus, which I forgot to do in the beginning, is the Knight of Pentacles, which is really nice because it is that there is something very firm offered, or you are offering something very firm. And so you may be contemplating, or completing rather, a cycle and getting ready to move towards this new opportunity that either you're presenting or someone is presenting to you. Timing is really important here with the Knight of Pentacles. And as far as timing is concerned here in this reading, what I have is the Ace of Wands, which would be around the fall. And, maybe things get started before then, or maybe it actually was in the fall. We're not quite in winter time yet, so maybe in the fall period is when you came up with the idea, when we decided upon, let's do this new passionate beginning sort of thing. But it is that we are definitely finishing up something of the old cycle and moving towards the new one simultaneously. Timing is really important. For some people it may look like procrastination, but this Knight of Pentacles is all about timing. He knows when to plant and when to harvest, etc., etc. So, again, I am not in my normal place and I don't have all my cards with me. I do have this very old deck that I received from a really lovely couple at the Arthur Findlay College in England. where I studied mediumship, and really great people. And I like the deck. It's just pretty old and a little bit outdated, but I still pull a card daily. So for you, you have Archangel Michael here. Use the sword of truth to help the world. So there can be something here. Maybe there's something that you have to speak about, something that has to be said with the Archangel Michael. For me, this is very much like the Justice card, because he does wield the sword, and it is the sword of truth. That's Excalibur. For me, that's either the Justice card or the Ace of Swords. So there is something, a new discovery, that can help people, very possibly for some of you, that you are going to be wielding or talking about. And it's something passionate, something you're passionate about with that Ace of Wands. Okay, good reading. Nothing too heavy other than that Ten of Wands and the responsibility of finishing up this old cycle. But this card also can sometimes mean, it's my no card. You may get a no answer, or you may have to, my feeling is you may have to shore up some foundations first. Or so you may have to ask permission, or there can be a timing situation. You may have to fill out more forms with that Hierophant card. But I think what's being offered here is something nice and firm with that Knight of Pentacles. Thanks for listening. I'll return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading. Until then, take care.